It's the best. It's the fucking best. Destiny is getting divorced. This blue haired, open relationship cuck boy is down bad. Super down bad. And he's down bad for good reason. Because he was out here preaching non-masculinity, and now he's suffering the consequences of what happens when you choose not to be a masculine man. Which is inevitably you get fucked in the end by the girl, because she'll inevitably find somebody who's more masculine than you and then go off on her way and go live life like as a real woman, and while you stay being a blue hair, unmasculine, feminine guy. So apparently, this story gets a lot kooky. So apparently, Destiny was dating some like girl that's way above his like level as far as like looks and attractiveness. Now, as far as soul wise, she's a piece of shit. Like, she's a piece of shit just as much as Destiny's a piece of shit. But they were two pieces of shit that needed each other to basically coexist, because that's how it works when you are a loser and you choose not to be masculine. So anyway, they had an open relationship, and Destiny admitted to being homosexual and messing with girls, which I don't believe so much. I think it was more so like the girls doing all the fucking leading, and he's kind of just had to deal with a guy fucking his girl, and his only way to get in is by doing the gay stuff. And anyway, he's always dancing around the question, always BSing, never taking masculinity, trying to make up all this fluid shit. And then shit got real. And apparently, there's screenshots, which this is beyond funny. Destiny is claiming that Melania got abused and was being manipulated by a toxic man. So apparently, this Destiny character, he got his lady stolen by some guy that said he's going to commit suicide. And he's basically telling her, I need you to come with me. If you don't come with me, then I'm going to kill myself. And basically, she was like, well, you know what? That's a good excuse. I need to go save this man. And Destiny's like, don't talk about my wife. Basically got slapped like by, like he kind of got like a Will Smith, Chris Rock type of slap of reality to his face. Because he realized in that moment, it was never, you know, I don't know if he really realized it, but I think he has like come to the grips that, yeah, it was all bullshit. It was really all bullshit. What was I really fighting for? What was I trying to defend? And this is what makes that particular relationship like dangerous for guys. Is when you try to go super beta or super progressive or super liberal, super blue hair guy. What happens is your woman will eventually leave at some point in time. She's gonna leave you either when the money gets too low, or you try to buck up and you try to be a man. But at some point in time, like, she's going to whittle you down into like this insect of a man. And once she has acquired and taken all the like resources and everything that she can extract from you, she essentially leaves you as a broken vessel of yourself. And that's essentially what happened to Destiny. Destiny now is a broken vessel of himself. He has no masculinity. There is no balls. It's been snipped metaphorically. And maybe even in reality, it might have been snipped. And see, this is why I try to preach to men so much. I try to really explain this to you guys. You got to stand on your square, stand on your principles. Because the woman will always, listen, when your woman leaves, you can't go down with the ship. The ship has to keep going. She can decide to go jump overboard and do what the hell she wants to do, get on a life raft and go to some other guy's ship. But your ship got to keep going. You got to stay the course. And this is what so many guys fuck up at. Because they get themselves a girl and they lose frame of reference. They lose frame of mind of where they were going originally. You got to realize you were here long before she got here, and you'll be here long after she leaves. Now, you hope that your girl is wise enough and that you train her well enough that she's willing to make the ride with you for the long term. But if not, you can't be like taking your ship apart. You can't be covering the flags and removing the hole and do all types of fucking wonky shit. Because at the end of the day, if she decides to leave and she leaves with your like your booty and your sails and everything else, and you are no longer the ship, because that's what, like, you got to think like your manhood as like a ship in the ocean. Like, life is rough. Life is the ocean. There's waves and shit. There's tsunamis. There's fucking wind. There's always some shit going on. Your manhood is the boat. It's the vessel. So your vessel needs to be strong and sturdy. It needs to know exactly where you're going, where you're navigating. Now, your girl, she gets on the ship and she kicks it and she cleans the ship. But at the end of the day, it's your goddamn ship. You have to realize that. But the problem with so many dudes is they be trying to help the girl build her own ship out of their ship. So they be tearing their own ship apart, giving her shit. And so she can just leave and take her ship shit somewhere, or your ex ship shit, take it to some other new dude so he can build a better ship. And that's what happens to so many dudes. So many dudes keep putting themselves in that compromised position because they don't follow the principle, which is self-preservation at all costs. Listen, I know it sounds rough, brothers. I know it sounds like savage and primal, but fuck her. Even if she's your wife, even if she's your the mother of your kids, fuck her. Fuck the kids too. and not in a bad way, but Papa gotta eat. Papa gotta take care of Papa first. Because if Papa ain't happy, the whole fucking thing comes down. So you have to understand, you take the best of everything because you fucking earned it. And then they get the scraps. And so you explain to them, look, if you want better shit, you help me so I can get more better shit so it can trickle down to you. Because listen, you're going to get all the best shit when I die. But as long as I'm here and I got to produce to make sure you fuckers stay fed and happy and sheltered, guess what? It's my rules, my house. Make sure I stay fucking happy. And that's the type of selfishness you have to have. But it's a good selfishness. It's not a selfishness as I just want it all just for me, just to be a glutton. No, it's like I need everything because I have to maintain everything. If anything goes awry or anything goes array or is fucked up, I gotta be the one to handle it. I don't expect my wife to come handle it. I don't expect my fucking kids to go handle it. It's going to be me. So when you understand that principle, you can never get duped by a girl because you're always establishing your manhood, reestablishing your manhood. And see, this is where Destiny fucked up. Destiny was establishing manhood initially when he was just playing video games and being a cool video game guy. And then he let that fame get to him, like all the rest of these streamers. They let this fame get to him, let that money get to him, let a girl get into their camp, and the girl tries to change them. Because I bet you at first, they were probably just having regular old sex. And she was like, oh yeah, this is all fine. Like, we're just having regular sex. And then slowly she started to whittle at him, making him get blue hair, doing a bunch of other crazy shit. Open up the open relationship where they're double bagging, tea bagging, he's getting fucked in the booty hole, all types of wild shit. It didn't start like that. It was a slow, gradual beat down. And that's what guys have to understand. That's what your girl's trying to do. She's trying to make you lame. And you have to understand, it's not purposeful. She's not doing it on purpose. It's like nature. They can't help themselves. It's just their natural state is to test you at every fucking point, just to keep constantly testing you. Testing to see where's the weak spot at so I can exploit it so he can know to fucking shore it up. But they don't know that they're doing it. It's just instinctual. They just do it. And that's why you can't get mad at them because it's going to be an inevitable battle. It will be forever. As long as you have a girl, you will have to deal with this fucking constant thing of her testing you, trying to figure out your weak spots. And that's why you have to always be, as a man, top and foremost on your shit continuously. Never lose track of what your shit is. I don't care what else is going on. Fuck your kids' flag football game. Fuck your wife, her dinner parties. Fuck your mama. Fuck your daddies. All of it is irrelevant to what you need to accomplish for your mission, your long-term plan. Because when you lose your track of where you're going, I'm telling you, it's a slippery slope. And this is where so many guys, they get lost because at a certain point, they need their girl to give them directions. And that's where shit gets dangerous for most guys because you once had a vision, a plan. You got teed up with your girl, and then she started giving you a plan. Now you started trying to make her happy, and the more she keeps kind of fucking with you, because what girls do is it's a gradual beat down. So you do a little bit, it makes her happy, and then she's like, I want to be happy again. And you're like, I'll do this to make you happy. And you like the validation that she gives you because she makes you feel nice. She plays on your ego. She gives you a little bit of sex every once in a while. And then fucking 4, 5, 6 months, a year from now, you're fucking just feminized. You're done. You're finished. Now you walk around with blue hair, letting your girls fucking dudes and doing all the weird Destiny shit. And that's where it started. Destiny was probably a cool guy. Well, I don't know. I didn't watch his streams in the younger days. But he's probably a cool guy in his early stream days. And then he probably started switching up once he got a little bit of fame and a little bit of money, like everybody does, because it exploits the true version of you. If you're a follower, if you're a leader, if you're a builder, if you're a philosopher, if you're a fighter, whatever your true nature is, it comes out once you get that fucking cash. And that's what happened to Destiny. Destiny got a little bit of cash, got a little bit of fame, lost his fucking mind, and now his girl has ran away with a guy that's suicidal in Sweden somewhere, and all he can do is basically crown his Discord. But good for Destiny, though, man, because he was right with his liberal and what a man, and it's fluid, because this whole situation is fluid as fuck. About to be fluid taking his goddamn money. Poor bastard. But good, man. I'm happy that this is happening to Destiny, so it can be a lesson to you guys and the rest of society, so you can learn, at the end of the day, masculinity always elevates past womanhood. And if you always put masculinity first and you take care of yourself and you buy a sword and you work out, you train, you study, and become the best version of you, you will never end up in these goddamn situations like Destiny. I can assure you 100% you will never be in a Destiny position if you take care of the fucking masculinity P's and Q's. Anyway, appreciate you guys for listening. Best of luck to you. Bye.